Well, let's go ahead and get started. For those of you I have not met, my name is Matt Quinn. I am the head of school at St. Thomas More, and we work hand in hand with Sasha and SMG to try to provide a wonderfully unique learning experience for our international students that want to come to the States and attend a boarding school. Before I begin my presentation, I'm going to go ahead and share a little video with you so you get a little sense of what the school looks like, and then I'll go ahead and begin a presentation, and we'll do some questions and answers. Feel free to, if something pops up throughout the presentation and you want to ask a question, please go right ahead. If you want to save them for the end, I'm happy to answer questions at the end as well. So I'm going to go ahead and share our video with you. So I hope that as we go through the presentation, just by watching that video, you get a sense of our campus, our students, our faculty, that allows you to kind of visualize the things we begin to discuss as I go through our entire presentation. So let me go ahead and now share my presentation. And like I said, if there's a question you would like answered immediately pertaining to a specific topic, do not hesitate to stop me. But also, if you just have questions that you want to save for later, you're welcome to do that as well. This is an overhead picture of our school, St. Thomas More School. As you can see, we're located in a beautiful little spot here in southeastern Connecticut, right on a lake. Very safe, really allows our students to walk all over our campus, integrate with their friends, integrate with their classmates, integrate with their teachers in a way in which they can do it in the safety of our beautiful little campus here and have a wonderful experience, be adolescents, and be themselves without having to worry about any safety issues due to our beautiful little location there. But additionally, as you can see, we're really almost halfway between New York and Boston, about 2.5 hours by car to New York and about 2 hours to Boston. So we're right in the middle of wonderful cities and locations to get kids out and about to experience American culture at its best. So we get to New York for a full day trip in the spring. We get to Boston for a full day trip in the fall. We visit Hartford, New Haven, Providence. We get the kids to all sorts of little cities for museums, college tours, and just great cultural experiences. Kids also at times travel on their own when given parental permission to these locations so they can experience them as well. And again, as you can see, this is kind of a shot from the lake of the entirety of our campus. So a beautiful little quaint spot where we have our own private beach. You can see in the bottom left-hand corner. The brick building is our main academic building. So beautiful classrooms, a wonderful building that's only 20 years old, fully up to date, and just a great campus. You can see the private beach at the bottom of the overhead shot, stretching all the way up to our athletic fields at the top of campus. So a wonderfully safe space for our students to integrate with their classmates. We are a school of 4 different seasons. So we have a wonderfully warm summer and a summer program, which we'll touch on later. A beautiful fall. We tend to get some snow in the winter where we get some sledding and outdoor winter activities. And then a warm spring to get kids back outside and enjoying the lake and the beach and all the things our campus has to offer. I'm just going to go over a few of our facts and figures. I think one of the most important is you see that little graphic of a student in the bed. We are 100% boarding. And what that means is not only do our international students come and live in our dormitory, but our domestic students do as well. Therefore, the international students that are arriving at St. Thomas More are engaging in the exact same program as all our domestic students. They are not doing something separate. They are not an afterthought. They are totally part of the culture and community, and everyone is going through the same experience. So we try to be an incredibly diverse school with students from all over America and all over the world. We want them to all share the same experiences. That allows them to make friends with students from different countries, both domestic students and international students. So this is really important to us, that all our students are part of the same program. So they're all experiencing the school in the same way. The other big thing is 100% acceptance to college and university. We run our school as a university preparatory school. So we run a university daily academic schedule, a university preparatory curriculum. We have a variety of AP courses, including U.S. government, micro and macroeconomics, calculus AB, U.S. history, environmental science, statistics, biology, literature and composition, and we usually add 1 or 2 every year. Our micro and macroeconomics courses are also certified by the University of Connecticut, so students do get college credit. Our goal is to prepare our students for university, so by the time they step on a college campus, they feel fully prepared. They feel confident. They've already lived in dormitories. They've already taken college level classes. They've already eaten cafeteria food. They've already got over being homesick. Our students tend to go into university mentally ahead of the other freshmen because they've already gone through all the most challenging things that most freshmen have to experience. We began accepting girls in August of 2021. We are already up to 35 girls enrolled out of 163 students and expect to be around 50 female students next year. So we're making great progress in adding girls to our campus. We do have rolling admissions, so most of our students arrive in August, late August, early September, but we do accept students throughout the year and for the second semester when spots are available. We do enroll students in grades 8 through postgraduate, although our 8th grade population is very small and tends to be only international students who want to improve their English, so by high school they're taking all mainstream courses. Most of our students are in grades 10, 11, 12, and that postgraduate year, which is a grade 13. This has been a very common thing in America, but is now becoming more popular internationally, especially since the pandemic hit. What grade 13 does is allow a student who maybe experienced a little bit of learning loss when they're at home during the pandemic to come and do another year of high school, take those university level courses, and be fully prepared for college. It really allows kids to mature and have a great experience so they can transition from high school to college in a more appropriate fashion. Like I said, we try to model ourselves as a school that's really going to allow kids to transition to the university level courses and the university experience very seamlessly. So that's a great option for students looking for that kind of gap year program that will really help prepare them and open more doors for their future. We also get a lot of kids who maybe just missed on some of the colleges they were hoping to be accepted to and want to show that they can do another year and improve all their aspects of their application. After school activities, sports, and their academics so that they can be successful at whatever college they attend. We have great athletics. We have a student athlete preparation program. Because we are an F1 private school, all our international students can participate on our athletic teams. We have a very basic dress code of polo shirts and khakis. We do have some ESL courses available for students transitioning to mainstream classes. We would not really be able to help a student who has zero English skills, but for students who are getting close but still need a little bit support, we do have courses that'll help them make that transition. And because we're such an international school, we do have a policy where students only have to leave campus for the winter Christmas break. They do not have to leave campus any other time. They don't have to leave campus for Thanksgiving, for our long weekends. As a matter of fact, during those other breaks, that's when we tend to plan wonderful activities for international students to see the area. So during one of our long weekends in the fall, we go to Boston. One of our long weekends in the spring, we go to New York. We had a February long weekend where the kids got to go skiing. So we try to plan great activities for the kids where they can stay over those breaks. There's no additional charge. The only time they have to leave during the academic year is during the winter break. And of course, during summer break, students head home as well. There we go. Like I said, we pride ourselves on being a wonderfully diverse campus. So here are just a few facts of our student body the last 2 years. Represented in 21-22 by 18 different states and 15 different countries, and now during the 22-23 school year by 14 different states and 20 different countries. We're very proud of that. We want that to continue. We like to be about 50% of our student body from the US and Canada, and about 50% from an incredibly diverse international student population. So this is something we want to continue. It really allows students to meet kids from all over the world and get a wonderful experience here on our campus. As I talked about before, university placement is one of our top priorities. University placement and preparation. Every student takes a seminar course that is run by our college placement director. The college placement director meets with the students individually at least once every 2 weeks and then goes over things they should be working on to prepare for their college admissions, whether that's TOEFL preparation, SAT preparation, career personality and aptitude testing, and then going through and understanding the right university and college for each student. Our goal with our college placement is to find the perfect school for each student. So we want a school where our students will leave St. Thomas More, go to that school and thrive. You know, we've placed some of our students at the top universities throughout America and Canada, and some internationally as well. We will help students apply to schools back in their home country if that's a desire of theirs. But really our goal is to find the right school, the right university for each student, where they can go and they can engage in the academics, the majors they're looking for, as well as the after-school athletics and programs they're hoping to participate in at the college and university level. Classrooms and dorms. All our academic classrooms are designed to be set up to house 10 to 16 students per class. We like to try to make it a minimum of 10 students, so we're getting different ideas from different students from all over the world. But we like to try and cap our academic classes at 16 students, so that every student has to be fully immersed and participate in the classroom activities. The only students that will go above 16 are some of our physical education classes, and that one college certified micro and macroeconomics course will go up to 20 students in that. But our classes have been specifically designed so that students have to engage in the classroom. There's nowhere to hide, and they feel comfortable engaging. So they develop that confidence to be fully immersed by the time they head off to the university level. Just a couple shots from around campus of our classrooms and dorms. There's a great picture of Sasha in the bottom in our library. And a couple pictures of our dormitory rooms. Our dormitory rooms are typically double rooms. We like our students to have one roommate. Occasionally students do have single rooms. That is typically for our senior students and mainly our senior leaders, students that have been placed in an RA or leadership role on campus. For roommates, we try to match up our students with similar interests. So if we have a student coming from Spain and a student coming from Vietnam who are both love soccer and are grade 10, that might be a pair we try and put together. For the students' first year on campus, we try to avoid putting them in a room where they're from where they have a roommate from their home country. We want them to have to engage in the community and engage in discussions with students from outside their home country. So we try to avoid putting students together from their home country their first year. Their second year at school, they're allowed to choose their own roommate. So at that point, if they do want to live with a buddy of theirs from a home country, we would allow it their second year on campus. But year one, we try to have students matched with a roommate of similar interests, but not a similar home location. Not all roommates work out, and we fully understand that. So throughout the year, we do try to make room switches when it is necessary. When two roommates are just really struggling to get along, we try and make the room switch happen. We do have wonderful tutoring and advising. Every student meets with their advisor every other day in an advisee setting and sits with an advisor during the days they don't meet with the advisor in our all-school meetings. We have tutoring that takes place before and after the academic day, and we have tutors that stick around for an hour and a half after the academic day to work with kids who need additional help. If a student is really struggling with our academic program, we do have an individualized tutoring system that is available. There is an extra charge for that, but the student can meet in the individualized tutoring program during the academic day to really help with learning strategies, test preparation, time management. That is the graphic there, our SAP program. That's called our Student Assistance Program. So that is available for a student who is truly struggling with the academic course load. Just a couple more shots of campus. Again, you can see the sun setting over our beautiful beach there in the bottom right-hand corner. In the bottom left-hand corner is one of our off-campus activities. We've brought students to a local ice skating rink, and in that bottom left is a Vietnamese girl who is experiencing ice skating for the first time in her life. On the weekend, we try to offer a variety of off-campus activities for our students. Walmart is their favorite. We do about 5 to 7 Walmart trips every weekend so the kids can buy snacks and whatever they want to load up their room. But we also do a bunch of great local trips. In the top left is a picture of Mystic Seaport. That's about 25 minutes away. Great little shops and restaurants. The kids love heading there. It's a great little town to walk around. The top right is Six Flags New England. We do that trip in the fall and the spring. The middle picture is the shopping outlets that are about 35 minutes away from us. Big Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, Polo, Gap, everything the kids could dream of at discounted prices at those outlets. So that's another one of their favorite trips as well. Bottom, as you can see, we get the kids sledding both on and off campus when we get good snow. So a bunch of great opportunities for our students all weekend long. We do not charge for our weekend activities unless there is a cost of admission. Then the student has to pay the cost of admission. So if we go to Six Flags, we would charge the students in advance for that because we can get a discounted group ticket. But if they go to the movies, they pay for the movie. When they get to the movie, they don't pay for the bus. The only time there is a transportation charge is for our big trips like Boston and New York, is a $25 transportation charge, which is as cheap as the students will find. But that's when we get a big coach bus and get the students all the way down and back for those activities. We offer a variety of traditions on campus as well. Not only do we have athletic events that go on throughout the year that the students do a great job supporting their classmates at, but we have all sorts of food drive, toy drives, holiday dinners and activities. One of our students' favorite in the fall and in the spring is one of our faculty members runs a huge campus-wide Capture the Flag activity. Bonfires are a fan favorite that we do on the weekends throughout the spring and the fall when the weather is nice. So lots of on-campus activities to keep our kids engaged. We have an art club that meets weekly in the evening. My wife is a yoga teacher and teaches yoga in our chapel twice a week. Card playing clubs that meet in the library at 6:30 a couple times a week at night. So lots of fun, great activities for our students to engage in very consistently throughout the week. We try to keep our kids as busy as possible so that they get a great experience on campus and off campus. Our dining hall is wonderful. 3 meals a day, Monday to Friday, and 2 meals a day on the weekend, brunch and dinner. Like I said, great dining hall. If there are any religious needs or food allergies, our dining hall staff will work to make sure they take care of that for our students. But a wonderful dining experience for our kids. March 14th, 3/14 was Pi Day because of the mathematical number. So our dining hall staff served every kid an individual piece of pie at lunch that day, which the kids loved. So they do a lot of fun things. They try to do a lot of cultural things as well during Lunar New Year. They do a variety of Asian foods. So they try and embrace the variety of cultures on campus. There is a cooking club, and at times kids get involved in dining hall selections once a month to embrace those cultures and to give kids an interesting dining experience. Again, great supporter athletics and great athletic programs on campus. Here's a great shot of our student body going crazy as one of our kids makes a nice dunk. Our basketball program is incredibly well known. We have a wonderful basketball and American football program. We have boys and girls soccer, and we have a variety of additional sports for boys and girls like golf, tennis, cross country, table tennis, frisbee, and badminton. We have great, highly competitive athletic teams, but we believe in the fact that anyone who wants to engage in a sport can. We do not cut anyone. Not everyone can play on the top teams, but if we have 60 students that want to play basketball one year, we'll have 4 or 5 different basketball teams, so everyone can play. We would never want a student to make the healthy choice of wanting to engage in a sport and taking that away from them. So we allow our kids to play in all our sports so that they can fully engage in the athletic programs on campus and make that healthy decision if they choose to do so. We've had great success with some of our athletes who have gone on to play not only at the college level, but at the professional level, both here in America and internationally. One of our Japanese students is still in the NBA now, Yuta Watanabe. He plays on the Brooklyn Nets. So we've had a lot of success placing our students in university programs, as well as, and they've gone on from there to achieve some of the highest level of basketball. We have former basketball players currently playing in the Japan Professional League, Korean Professional League, as well as a variety of leagues in Europe as well. Again, our after-school activities and clubs, students do not have to participate in athletics after school. So there are a variety of other clubs they can participate in. They do have to participate in something after school. They can't do nothing after school. They do have to join a club, an activity, or an athletic program. So as you can see from the list here, fitness clubs, kayaking, yearbook, movie clubs, walking clubs, lots of ways to engage our students in after-school programming. Applying to our school, you can follow up with SMG, but it is a very simple process. We need an application, English testing scores, transcripts. We like our kids to do a quick interview so we get a sense of who they are. We are an I-20 school, so we do offer an F1 visa. So there is a process to getting everything completed, but it really begins with the inquiry and then application. That bottom picture there is one of our students' favorite classroom. That's where some of our English classes are held, as well as our AP and the university level economics course. We do have a wonderful summer program as well, and here are some shots from our summer program. So we recognize that the boarding school environment can be pricey, but our summer school program is designed to get as many kids on campus as we can. Here's a quick view at what that summer school program entails. It's a 3-week-long program where we get a lot of travel and some classes in the morning. Those classes are typically designed for international students and are English reading, discussion, and analyzing. That's class 1. Class 2 is creative writing and grammatical writing for students who need that. And class 3 is public speaking and listening and discussion. There are different levels. We'll split the levels. Last year we had 3 different levels of higher level kids, kids who are still working on the English language, and lower level kids. So we will split kids in as many levels as we need to provide an appropriate learning environment. In the afternoon on campus, we first do like a group sport or activity, and then we allow choice activities. Kids can do kayaking, canoeing, water sports, tennis, frisbee, soccer. Lots of activities in the afternoon. On Wednesday and Sunday, we do mandatory trips. We go to our amusement parks. We go to a day trip of Boston. We go to some local seaports and towns where kids get to travel on those Wednesdays and Sundays. On Saturday, the students get free time. Free time. Oh, I'm jumping all over. Sorry. Free time on campus, or they can sign up for off-campus trips, which include your Walmart, shopping, movies, that sort of activities on Saturday. And then at the end of the summer program, we do offer an overnight trip to New York if students would like to engage in that. There's a small additional fee for that, typically $150 per night if the students would like to stay in New York for one or a couple nights. Just a couple more shots of our campus. Again, wonderful facilities for our students to engage in. That bottom right corner picture of our laundry room, I always keep that picture in there because that's where we really spoil our kids. Once a week, both in the summer and the school year, our students can bring their laundry into the laundry room, drop it off in the morning. They'll get everything washed and folded, and then they get it back at the end of the day. So that's the area we really spoil our kids and take care of them, so they get their laundry done for them. And again, here's one more kind of gorgeous overhead shot of our campus, stretching from our lake all the way to the top of our campus, and shows how lucky we are to have such a wonderful campus for our students to come all over the world and have a great learning experience, not only during the academic day, but learning after school in their clubs, activity, or sports, and learning how to meet and interact with students from all over the world. With that said, I'd like to open the floor for questions. Anyone who has any questions about anything I just covered, or anything I didn't cover, I'd love to try and address those questions now so you get a full sense of St. Thomas More School and how we could potentially be a good fit for one of your students. I've opened up the chat as well, so if anyone is having issues with their sound and would like to ask a question through the chat, I'm available that way as well.
Hi.
Hi, Anna. What could I do to help you?
Well, I have a student who is interested in coming for a term here in Germany. At our school, particularly, we can go away for a term and not lose the school year.
Yep.
So it's not they have to repeat the school year. So my student's interest is coming from September to December.
Yep.
Is that a possibility?
Absolutely. We would give that student half credits in all the courses he or she took on campus. We've had, we recognize there's a variety of international students that are looking for that type of opportunity. We've been fortunate. Some of them decide they'd like to stay, but it is an option we do offer our students.
Okay, and as far as your curriculum, our curriculum is a Montessori program.
Sure. So my son, I have a 7-year-old son, and prior to enrolling him in elementary school, we had him fully immersed in a preschool Montessori program. So I would say we're a little bit more of a traditional curriculum, but we've had kids enroll from Montessori programs, and their transition has not been an issue in the past.
Okay, perfect. And this is off the beat, but when was the school founded? How long has it been there?
The school was founded in 1962. So in America, in the Northeast, we are actually still a very young school for our location historically. There are a lot of boarding schools that are 150 to 200 to 250 years old here in America.
Sure.
So we're actually deemed a very young school when it comes to the tradition of the Northeast.
Just curiosity. And what's the percentage of international students that you have?
So our yearly goals is we try to be 50% international, but an incredibly diverse international population. As I showed you, we that diversity is really our biggest goal. And then we try to be 50% what we say US and Canada. So
okay, and the other question was, is this presentation going to be available to us?
Yes, this is available. Sasha is recording this as well, and I believe he will send out the recording after the presentation is over.
Okay, and also the brochure, the presentation that you just gave, if I wanted to pass that on to my client.
I'm sure that Sasha could be available. Sasha has all that information, and I'm sure would be happy to share any of that with you.
Okay, perfect.
Sure. I'm going to leave my email address here, so feel free to contact me regarding all the details. We have the prices. We have also prices for the summer camp program, all the videos. We just finished the new cinematic and inspirational reels. Yep. We're going to share. So yeah, we have lots of fun information for you to use, maybe to show to your potential students. And one thing is, every time I go to St. Thomas More, I always feel this family atmosphere, really one big family. Everyone knows each other. Everyone supports each other. It's not a big school, beautiful campus, great location. And we get more and more girls now. How many girls we have now, Matt?
35 currently,
35.
When we're expecting up to 50 for next year.
Correct. So Do they and now they have the soccer team. I think
We
we'll
have
be
girls
expanding.
soccer,
Yeah.
girls tennis, girls badminton, girls golf. We've had girls table tennis when they've wanted to participate in that. So a bunch of athletics. We're not ready yet, but at some point we'll get girls basketball going as well. Uh, we'll get there. We'll get there. So
Um, uh, just one last question. So, Sasha, then you're going to send us all this information, the participants?
mhm.
Correct. Yeah. So I'm writing
Perfect.
in my in the chat. You'll see my email address. So
Oh,
please feel free to contact me, and I'll be
okay.
happy to send all the information.
And Sasha
Okay.
talked on he would send the summer prices. We do offer group discounts in the summer. So if you
Correct.
have a group of kids coming together, we do offer group discounts. We do encourage you to get them all on the same flights because basically we have a pickup fee at certain airports, but we would only charge we would basically charge the group the same fee if they all came in together. So if there is a group of students that want to attend in the summer, we would highly encourage them all to come up because it'll even if the flight is a little bit more expensive, it'll save them money on transportation to and from our school.
Yeah, and we have a good group of people, a group of students actually coming from different countries this
Yeah.
summer.
Yep.
We have some Spanish speakers, and I think we have kids from Kyrgyzstan this year. We have some
Yeah.
kids.
Last year, Sash, we had Kyrgyzstan, we had Vietnam, we had Japan, we had Spain, we had Ecuador. I'm missing one.
We're also expecting a group from Korea or
That's
Japan.
right. Yep. Yep.
So it's going to be a good mix.
And although we don't get groups from America, we typically have a day camp that occurs while the students are on campus, so they get to interact through a basketball day camp if they would like to with the American students.
Okay. Any other questions? Feel free to unmute yourself or just write a question in a chat. Oh, it seems like your presentation. Oh, here we go. Vera.
Well, Vera, I would say we are second to none when it comes to boys basketball. We have a wonderful basketball program. Our basketball coach has actually been nominated for the Naismith Hall of Fame here in America. I'm actually his son, so I grew up on campus. I've been here. My father's been coaching basketball here for 45 years. We actually have all the people involved in our basketball program are former alums who have come back to work at the school. So every single one of our basketball teams, except the top one, my dad was not an alum, but he's been here since 1978 as the basketball coach. But his assistant coach is an alumni. The individual who coaches the second team is an alumni. The individual who coaches the third team and the fourth team is an alumni. So we have a wonderful tradition for basketball. And like I said, if you have a client that's interested in one of our sports, they will be on a team. We will ensure that they get the opportunity to play on a team. Of course, we can't promise what level because we have kids. We have some highly great athletes on our campus, but they will get on a basketball team and get to play basketball. And like I said, if a kid wants to play basketball or soccer or tennis every day, we will do everything we can to support that. Because if a young man or woman is making that healthy choice, we want to be a school that's supportive of those healthy decisions. Our tennis coach is from Maine. So yesterday it was about 4 or 5 degrees Celsius and windy, but he's from Maine, so he was out there practicing for anyone who wanted to practice on the tennis courts because the cold weather doesn't bother him. And actually, he's done a great job. He got about 6 of his players out there with him. A couple of them decided to take the day off because it was a little too cold for them, which
it's getting warmer. It's getting warmer already.
Getting warmer, yes.
Spring is in the air.
Today's going to be gorgeous. Tomorrow's supposed to be what would be 50 degrees Fahrenheit here and sunny. I think that's like 10, 11 degrees Celsius and sunny. So they'll definitely be out on those tennis courts tomorrow. I'll be excited. But but we want to support our kids. If they have if they want to do something on a daily basis, we do everything we can to make that happen.
All right, I guess, Matt, you answered all the questions with your presentation. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Before I go, I'm going to share, Sasha and I are, you'll be the first group to see. We had another video done with some words that go along with it. So you'll be the first group to see it. We're still going through some edits with it, trying to determine if we like the final version. So if anyone has any feedback, feel free to share it with us. You saw our cinematic film here, and this is what I'm sharing now is the one where we have somebody going through and describing all the lovely things that embrace our campus.
We come from all walks of life.
From many nations, states, and backgrounds,
But at St. Thomas More, we're one.
we come together for a common goal.
To set ourselves up for success.
Both on the court and in the classroom.
To learn from those who want to see you succeed, thrive, and become the best version of you that you can be.
Here, tradition runs strong.
Where we're humble in victory and learn from our defeats.
You'll go on a journey.
A journey of self-discovery and realization.
Where you'll be accepted, supported, and encouraged.
It's our home away from home. Where friends become family.
And one move is all it takes. Start your journey today.
Well, that was our first trial with that marketing video. So glad, Vera, thank you for the feedback. I'm glad you liked it. If anyone has any comments, we'd certainly love to hear them. But we're hoping that that exemplifies in the 2-minute clip what I discussed today and the true culture and feeling of our school. So thank you for attending. If there are any additional questions, I will share my email in the chat as well. Do not hesitate to contact Sasha or I, and we are happy to answer them. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good day. Bye.